today's practice, we're going to actually be using a towel. So if you want to go ahead and grab yourself a towel, it will be a good prop for some hamstring stretching to start off our session today. We will be starting on our backs. So grab your towel and find yourself a space where you can lay down on your back. All right, hopefully you can see me okay. We're going to go ahead and start off by unraveling that towel. And as we lay on our back, we're going to bring that towel around the middle of our foot, maybe even grab a hold of that entire foot with the towel and hold on to either side with your hands. And to start off today, everything is kind of starting slow and it gets more intense as we go. So I want you to just hold this posture. We're going to be here for about 90 seconds and focus first on just your breath. So with a nice straight leg, try to find like a 6 or 7 out of 10 hamstring stretch. And as you inhale, expand the belly. And as you exhale, let all that air sink out of the belly. So if you can see my belly here, you'll see it expands on the inhale and falls back in on the exhale. So always thinking of filling the air like a balloon as you inflate. And then letting the belly squeeze back in and really try to get all that air out like water out of a sponge on the exhale. Good. I want you to continue that breath, but now just give me some movement of that ankle. So I'm pointing my toes up, flexing my toes back down to my nose. So just some movement of the ankle while you're in the stretch. Continue the breath. See how far you can point your ankles both directions. Start being intentional. See if you can get a little further on each rep. Sometimes my foot will even cramp because I'm pointing so hard to the ceiling and I'm flexing so hard back to my nose. I want you to go ahead and keep those toes facing your nose and try to get your heel into the towel so that you're completely your whole foot is completely inside of the towel. It's wrapped in there. You're going to now push against the towel. So my arms are strong and it's keeping my leg from moving, but I'm actually engaging against the stretch by pushing away. So if I didn't have my hands on the towel, it would drop down to the floor. So strong arms, press against your towel. Good. From there, I want you to think about not just using your arms, but using your thigh and using your low abs and pulling deeper into the stretch. Try to find your 8 out of 10 now. And then again, push against the towel. We're alternating tension here. Call. Stay in that deep stretch. And we're only going to do one more. Push against the towel. So drive against it, strong arms. 3, 2, 1. Now pull deeper, not just with your arms, but use your hip, use your abs. Pull into the stretch. Big breath. And relax. And now we're going to go ahead and switch. So let's get that whole foot in the towel. Just make sure the whole thing's in there. Start off with just your easy breath. Find your 6 or 7 out of 10 stretch. Nice long leg, but don't overdo it yet. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, squeeze all that air out. Feels good to breathe with intention. Couple more slow breaths while you stay in your stretch. You can move your leg a little bit side to side. Changing the angle is always good. All of those muscles run from all different spots behind the knee and attach behind the hip. So we can definitely find some different angles as we stretch here. Start to move your toes up and down. Get that ankle to move. Remember, intention is key. We're going to be moving with a lot of intention today. So see if you can pull those toes to nose and push and point like you're trying to force a cramp. Everything really requires intention and tension when it comes to improving your mobility. All right, bring those toes to your nose, and we're going to go ahead and do our 3 reps. So push against the towel. If I wasn't holding it, the towel and my foot would fall to the floor. So arms are strong. We're playing a little tug of war with ourselves. 2, 1, and now use your hip, use your strength, and assist with your arms. Find your 8 out of 10. Keep pulling deeper in the stretch. Good. Push against it again, driving against the angle. 3, 2, 1. Pull deeper. And if you are shaking, you are doing it right. Good. Pull further into the stretch. Good. And last one. Push against the towel. 3, 2, 1. And pull deeper into the stretch. Fight for it. See how far you can go. Use your hip strength. 2, 1. And relax. Get rid of the towel. What we're going to do next is we're going to have our hands by our sides, palms facing up. Bend your right knee at 90 degrees. And now extend your legs straight up. Try to get the sole of your foot to face the ceiling. You're going to go 1 full ankle rotation to the right and 1 to the left with intention. See how far you can point every direction. Good. Bend your knee again and do it again. We're just going 3 slow reps. But truly, how far can you point those toes in every part of that circle? Give me 1 more. Fight. See how much tension you can bring to every angle. And good. Switch sides. So now it's the left knee that bends. Extend the leg. Try to get the sole of the foot to face the ceiling. Create that nice slow circle. And bend the knee. My low back is flush against the ground. I'm relaxing my neck, relaxing my upper body, even trying to relax my face. Try to keep all that tension isolated to the leg and the hip. And good. From there, we're going to go ahead and get our left heel as close to our butt as we can. Lift the right leg straight up in the air. See if you can keep that knee straight and press into a bridge. What you're going to do is let your knee go outward, foot go inward, and see if you can cross that ankle over the opposite knee. Drive the knee open. Give me a nice big open figure 4 here. And then give me a bridge, tapping the hip down, lifting the hip up. Good. From there, try to pull your heel off of your knee while keeping the angle. Knee comes into chest, leg extends straight up, fight to find that hamstring stretch. Drop the hips, tap, drive straight back up, hold. Good. Hold the top of your bridge. Let the knee fall out. Ankle comes in, make contact. Nice and soft. Then drive the knee open. Inhale down. Exhale up. Go to the top of that bridge. 1 more time. Try to keep your angle. Take ankle off of knee. Knee comes into chest. Hips stay high. Straighten the legs. Squeeze the thigh. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. I want you to go ahead and take your time to drop your right heel to the floor. Keep that heel close to butt. Keep your bridge. Switch. Left knee into chest. Left leg straight up. Squeeze your thigh. Inhale, drop into the bottom of your bridge. Exhale, drive up. Good. As you let the knee fold out, ankle comes in. Cross opposite ankle over knee. Open the hip. Inhale down. Driving that knee out. Exhale up. Good. Knee comes into chest. Nice and close. How close can you come? Squeeze the thigh. Extend the leg. Squeeze. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Good. Bring it back into figure 4, but do it with intention. Drive that knee open. Can opener style. Give me a good stretch of that left glute. Inhale down. Exhale up. Squeeze the glute. Last time. Bring the knee into chest. Straighten the leg. Give me 1 more tap down. Drive it up. And then go ahead and bring that left heel to the floor. Give me a good lift in this bridge. Take a breath. Good. Drop your hips down. Bring your feet together for a butterfly. We're going to start to open up the inside of the legs. So with these next 2 stretches, we're focusing on that. See if you can keep your knees pointed out as you do 6 slow lifts. Squeezing the glutes, knees actively driving apart from each other. So we're very active as we lift and drive the knees apart. Focus a little bit on the breath too. Inhales, you drop. Exhales, you go up. Spreading the knees apart with intention. It takes a lot of thought, takes a lot of action. Good. Inhale to drop. Last one as we lift. Drive on the outer part of those feet. And then drop the hips. From here, we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and then we're going to spread our knees apart into a wide frog stretch. Sometimes this can bother the knees. It would be really good if you need the towel under the knees for extra cushion. I know I'm going to make this look kind of easy. It is not, and I remember like it was yesterday being in this stretch for the first time. So you can see from your angle, kind of the front. I'm now going to turn to the side. The knees are spread apart as they can be. The toes are turned out away from each other. And I'm on my elbows right underneath my shoulders. What I'm going to do is rock back and forth, and I'm going to try to keep my tailbone pointing up. So don't tuck the tailbone under. See if you can point the booty up to the ceiling as you rock back and forth. And what you should find is that there's a certain angle where your hips are where you feel a bigger stretch. So for me, I'll feel it biggest when I push my butt back towards my heels. I'm going to hold that stretch right there. What I want you to do is attempt to lift your right foot off the ground without moving your hips. Good. Set it down. Switch to the other side. So yes, we are focusing on the inner thighs as we go through this. And now we're multitasking and we're adding what we call internal rotation. It's a motion of the hip that a lot of us need to work on because we tend to have our toes pointed outward. So this will do the opposite. Do one more lift off. Now hold your position in the deepest part of the stretch. We're going to do 3 reps of what we did for the hamstring. Squeeze the knees in against each other as if you're trying to put a hole in the ground with the inner part of your knees. 3, 2, 1. Now think about spreading the knees further apart. They might not move. That's okay. Think outer knee to ceiling. Keep driving out. Your glutes should be firing. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze in again. So when you're squeezing in, you're activating the inner thighs, the same muscle we're stretching. So we're strengthening it. Good. Now drive out. Now you're going to get those outer glutes to fire. This is what makes mobility. Mobility is that active tension. Last one, squeeze in. Drive in for 3, 2, 1. And now force those knees out. Drive them out with the strength of the glutes. Keep pushing for 3, 2, 1. And I want you to now take your time to peel out, coming onto hands and knees. And I always say peel out because it truly is always fun to get out of that one. Now I want you to bring your right foot forward and your left knee is behind you. I have my hands on the inside of that foot. What you're going to do is back heel reaches for back glute. Yes, you're going to start to feel a little aggravated with me, I'm sure, because some of these things are taking a lot of effort. Now we are exerting through the hamstring, the same muscle we just stretched, but we're really getting every part of the hip here today. So do one more rep as you try to actively use hamstring, pulling heel into butt. Good, set it down. And now we're going to give you an easy one. See how far you can get your hands away from your back knee. Just see how far you can reach them forward and take a big breath as you sink that back hip down low. 2 more big breaths. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, squeeze all that air out like water out of a sponge. Walk the hands back to your front foot and give me a few lift-offs of that back knee. Trying to keep hip low. See how high you can lift your knee. Do not let the hip rise too much. Try to keep it low. So I'm fighting doing this. We did this last week. Trying to lift the knee. Squeeze the thigh. Try to keep the hip low. And drop to the knee. Take your time to switch your leg that's in front. And we'll start off by working that back hamstring. It's also a quad opener. So you're essentially stretching out the front of your thigh while you're strengthening the back. And that's how it works. So it's always going to be strengthening the opposite, or what they call the reciprocal muscle, to get the mobility and flexibility out of the other side. Couple more, see how close you can get your heel to your butt. Even attempt to hold it if you feel strong. Slowly set it down. And with that back knee slid back as far as you can, take those hands, walk them forward. See how far you can stretch your hands away from back knee. 3 big belly breaths. Squeeze your back butt cheek. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, squeeze all that air out. Good. Walk your hands back to the inside of your foot and slowly trying to keep your hip low. See if you can extend your back knee. Squeeze your thigh. Lift it without moving your hip too much. Good. Slowly set it down. Exhale, start to extend. Inhale to slowly bring it back down. How low can you keep your hips as you do this one? And bring it back down. Good. Let's finish with a nice one. Let's go into down dog. So onto the hands and knees. Fire up the knees. Lift the hips. Stretch as you press your heels to the floor, head to the head through the arms, and then pedal out the legs. What I want you to do from here is slowly come into a bear crawl position with your knees an inch off the floor. You're going to let your left knee tap down to the floor. Bring it back and switch and tap your right knee down to the floor. Bring it back. Good. Drive back up into your down dog. Pedal the feet. We're finishing with a few reps of this little sequence we've got here. Good. Bring it back. Bear sit position. Bear crawl position, I should say. Tap the left knee. Tap the right knee. Drive it back into down dog. Pedal the feet. Do what feels best here. I'll let you take a few big breaths on this last one. Maybe come up onto the toes and then sink the heels down. Good. Last time in that bear crawl position, slow tap. And other side. And drop to the knees.